These stories is baffling. Fort Worth family, what is going on? It's Fabian, Fort Worth Fabian, BigBossFabo. I'm back with a reaction video for you guys, man. Today I have 10 chilling photos with disturbing backstories. Twisted Tens #2 from Rob Gavagan. I'm not too familiar with Rob Gavagan. Subscriber had put me on to him, and essentially what he does is in the same realm of a lot of the videos y'all see me react to more recently, like the horror content, maybe like weird story type of content. But this is interesting. 10 chilling photos, you know what I mean? I think these may be photos throughout history as well. And Rob Gavagan's a pretty prominent, YouTuber, content creator as well. So, I'm interested. I'm glad I was introduced to see what other content he has on here. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Fort Worth Fabian. We are on the road to 1 million subscribers on this channel, man. Let's get to this reaction, y'all. We ain't wasting no time, girl. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Said, Twisted Tens is not a series for the faint of heart. It may scare or disturb you. The world is a very bizarre place and nothing is off limits. If you decide to continue, we hope you enjoy.
As we know from last episode, there's a story behind every photo. And while most of the time it's a pleasant story, sometimes not so much.
I like the intro, how it's so cinematic, This makes me as a viewer interested. You know what I mean? 10 Columbine.
A class picture, a great time for students to express themselves, sometimes inappropriately. Columbine High School was your pretty average school in 1999, but also within that same year, it would go down in history as being a landmark for one of the worst tragedies America would come to know. In this class photo, almost like a warning, 2 students can be seen in the upper left-hand corner, sitting beside one another, appearing as if they're aiming imaginary guns at the camera. Though students have been known to do such things, this instance was far more morbid, as these 2 students, Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, would weeks later initiate a massacre in that very...
They said these 2 students, bruh. There's 4 people holding up guns, right? Or like the fake gun right now. There's literally, actually there's 5. Even a girl's doing it. What 2 students is you talking about, bruh? Be specific.
High school that would leave 15 people dead, including themselves.
That's crazy.
Imagine being kept prisoner by your own family. That's exactly what happened to Blanche Monnier. This photo was taken after she was discovered locked away in a room by her own family. Blanche wanted to marry a man that her family did not approve of, and when Blanche refused to see her mother's reasoning, she was locked away in a room for nearly 25 years. When she was found, she was surrounded by excrement, pieces of food, and other putrid waste. She weighed only 55 pounds. Though she was rescued, she never regained her sanity, and around 12 years after being released, she died in a psychiatric hospital.
That's messed up, bruh.
The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were terrible events, and they left behind haunting reminders, one of which being the shadows. This photo displays the shadow of a person who was on this set of steps when one of the atomic bombs was detonated. The bright blast from the bomb would be blocked by a human body just long enough to leave a noticeable color difference as the blast bleached everything around the victim, leaving what are seen as permanent shadows of a person's final moment alive.
Wow, bruh. That creepy right there.
You just don't usually expect to find something creepy in a family photo. But what we find creepy and disturbing today wasn't all too uncommon at one time for family photos. This photo was taken of 2 parents with their daughter. Getting a person in clear focus wasn't easy back then, as the cameras were much slower and required you to remain perfectly still for a period of time. Though the parents are a bit blurry, the daughter is clear as can be. That was because she didn't move at all. because she had died earlier that day. In these times, it wasn't an odd idea to take photos with deceased loved ones before they were buried, making it appear as if they were still alive for one more photo opportunity. Parties are often held for celebrations or just generally to have a good time. The circumstances for this one, however, were inappropriate at best. This is a photo taken of two friends together. Tyler Hadley on the right was hosting the party where the photo was taken. Shortly after this photo was taken, Tyler began bragging about murdering his parents. Friends found this odd, but it was discovered that Tyler wasn't lying. He had beaten his parents to death with a hammer, and their bloodied bodies were laid out upstairs. Luckily, his friends tipped police, and Tyler was arrested.
What an idiot.
Space exploration is risky, especially with a low budget and in the 1960s. This is a photo taken of cosmonaut Vladimir Komarov, who was assigned to an Earth-orbiting mission by the Soviet Union. However, upon inspection of the craft he was to orbit the Earth in, Vladimir knew it was unsafe, with countless structural problems. He knew to go into space with it would mean certain death. Though he tried to tell others of this issue, the chain of command stopped very much short of where it needed to go to make adequate changes. The proper money and care just weren't in place. But Vladimir went aboard the craft anyway to spare a good friend who would have been his replacement from dying instead. This is another photo of Vladimir after the shoddy spacecraft plummeted to Earth and scorched him alive. It was reported that as he was falling and burning, he cursed the ones who allowed the mission to go on for killing him. The picture has been slightly blurred, as the original is graphic, but easily found on a web search.
Whoa, bruh, I'll be pissed. So the chain of command, I guess they said it never went up far enough, but what? Like, there's no logic to that. If you can spot a faulty aircraft or whatever, a ship, but the actual engineers can't, people constructed it, what? That is a sad story, but it's gotta be the most illogical, idiotic stupidness. But like the character of a gentleman to actually go in place of a friend. Gotta stand up right there, man. Like, that is amazing right there. He sacrificed himself, essentially. You know what I mean? And to pretty much, like, allow yourself to go on a death mission that you're sure that you're gonna die on, that's crazy, bro. That is wild to me. This story is the one that's blown my socks off this far. And look at these imbeciles, these idiots. Oh my God, he died. We should have listened to him. Idiots.
A person could go missing for a variety of reasons, and sometimes the clues left behind can be chilling. This is a photo of a teenage girl and a young boy which was found in a parking lot in Florida. Though the boy's identity isn't known, the girl is believed to be Tara Calico, who went missing while on a bike ride near her home in New Mexico. This is the last bit of possible evidence ever found in regards to what happened to Tara. If you would like to learn more about Tara's disappearance, as well as more haunting
I think I've heard of this.
You can click on screen now or go down into the description below for a link to my episode on unexplained disappearances.
Bruh. Some people
Our
are
next
sick.
photo is a bit disturbing for two reasons. This is a photo of a young child in Sudan starving to death. The photographer, Kevin Carter, was told not to touch or assist the children for fear of transmitting disease. As Kevin prepared to take the photo, a vulture landed in the background, a morbid sight as the vulture was waiting for its next meal to die. Kevin Carter's photograph won the Pulitzer Prize, and because of this and other memories of suffering, Kevin committed suicide 3 months later.
What the? Bruh. He won the Pulitzer Prize for a photo that grim. People are sick, bro. This world is sick. Literally. People want to profit or like publicize anguish. Like, you know, that's disgusting to me, bro. And obviously he couldn't even deal with himself. He killed himself. It's just really open. bro, this world is sick. Like what we tend to like champion and really back are some of the worst things if you really break it down, bro. Like that just makes me ashamed. Like, you know what I mean? It's a shameful thing, bro, right there.
Every now and again, death isn't just scary, it's breathtaking. This is a photo of Evelyn McHale, appearing as though she is resting, clutching her necklace, ankles crossed while she dreams. But the truth is, moments before, she stood at the 86th floor observation deck of the Empire State Building in New York City. She wrote a letter claiming that an unknown man was better off without her and that she wouldn't make a good wife for anybody. She jumped shortly thereafter and landed, as can be seen in the photo, on a limousine. Not much other than the tragedy is known about Evelyn's life.
The heck?
When drinking, it's important to be around people that you trust in an area that you're familiar with. The catacombs of Odessa in Ukraine are vast and complicated, a place where less than reputable groups converge. This photo was taken deep inside the catacombs. On the ground lies a dead girl who was with a group of people and had been drinking after New Year's festivities. She separated from the group and in her drunken stupor became lost. She wandered for 3 days in the seemingly endless, pitch-black tunnels, unable to see a thing or hear anything beyond her own panicked breath and sobs. The photo scene was taken 2 years after she died, and rescue teams were forced to go in and look for her. She died confused and alone. That's all for now. I hope that your photos remain
Oh my gosh, they didn't find her until 2 years later? Ukraine, y'all should be ashamed, especially if you had valid evidence or actual, documented statements that she was with the group or whatever. If those individuals knew, like, hey, yeah, she was in the catacombs with us. It took y'all 2 years to go search. Oh my gosh, bro. These stories is baffling. Rob Gavagan. There's 10 chilling photos with disturbing backstories. The twisted tens. Dang, bro, those stories is crazy. I ain't gonna Capellini. With that being said, let me know y'all's thoughts on those in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at FortWorthFabo, man. We on the road to 1 million subscribers here. I enjoyed that. I ain't gonna cap. I enjoy the detail of the stories. But you know me, I like the creepiness. I like all the horror stuff. So I might try to react to more of these. But let me know in the comment section, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.